Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took about 3 trades after the market opened today. The video is way too long. There's too much dead air, so I figured I should just do a recap. I'm going to show you all the trades and talk about why I entered them and all that kind of stuff. But basically, I'm waiting for stocks to break through their pre-market highs, pull back to give me an entry. So it takes a lot longer for patterns to form, but it's much more reliable because I've been losing money intraday trying to catch stocks going back up to the high day. So not doing that anymore. You see that I've got the pre-market highs marked out on all of them. So when I watch them from my watch list, I can see which ones are approaching the high of day. CTRM popped up on the one-day top gainer list, and it was already well into its run, so there was no entry there for me. But I was, it's establishing new highs, so I was looking for pullback entries on that. And so, and then this, and I did talk about this in the video. This is classic reverse 3-bar play. This used to trick me into buying this as if it were a pullback, and I wasn't totally not consider. I should say that I was considering buying in if it did break the high of this candle, but I was aware that that could be a fake break because this looks like a reverse 3-bar play. So I was ready to stop out right away. And I was kind of hoping that it didn't break the high of this candle so that I wouldn't be tempted to get in. And luckily it didn't. And then there's the 3-bar play in reverse. And this is why you don't buy the pullback just because it's pulling back, or just because you see a green candle thinking that, oh, maybe it's going to reverse. Wait till you see some signs of real price strength. What some people call it confirmation of the reversal. And the way that I confirm that things are going to reverse is if the 1-minute candle breaks the high of the previous one. Now that's not 100%, nothing is, but it makes it more likely. It never happened here, and it didn't reverse. It just kept flushing down. But I still like this setup because this is like a classic ABCD pattern. So I think right here now, this is really interesting because watch this candle here. So I'm saying, okay, now maybe here is the reversal, and I'm waiting for this candle to break the high of this one, which is 0.225. If it hits 0.225, it broke the high of this one. You can see the high right now is 0.224. So as soon as I see that 0.225, I get in. Watch there. I saw 0.225. You can see that I triggered my hotkeys to buy in. But keep an eye on this candle that it said the high was 0.224. Watch this. Keep an eye on this candle right here. Watch this. Any moment now. I think it's while I'm using my 2-hour calculator. Keep watching here. There it is, right there. Look at that. It's a little love letter from Weeble to me, I guess. I don't know if that would have happened on the regular trade screen or not. I have seen it happen there before, but I feel like the watch list pane is a little bit more buggy, but still worth the risk because it lets me keep an eye on so many things at one time and keeps me from missing really good setups. So this ended up being an entry that I would have not entered had the chart formed properly from the get-go. So I still don't think I saw it. I was just looking to see if there was a way for me to set a stop loss take profit order from the watch list pane, and there really isn't unless I wanted to. Actually, there's no way unless I added like a positions widget, I think. But now I realized, okay, wow, look at this. I just got totally faked into this thing, and this is not an entry I would have taken. So essentially what I'm doing is getting ready to stop out And then as soon as this thing gives me some profit at all, I to go ahead and take half. I should show you where that popped up, because look, I mean, this thing is in the red. I'm getting ready to stop out here at any minute if it breaks the low of this candle. And then it popped up. As soon as it popped up, I said, let me get that, because and I probably should have just sold all there, because this is not a trade that I wanted to be in. And then as soon as it broke down past my entry, I took the rest out. So I made 12 cents off of that trade, which is pretty much worthless. But basically I was just doing damage control, because you know, you saw what happened there. All right, so that's a good little lesson for you guys, and that's why, you know, you always just take, you know, the same. That's why I take the same position size on every trade, because if something weird happens, something goes against you, then it's not going to kill you. You know, it's not going to blow up your account. So now let's see what's next. So look at Ipdn is making this huge reversal, which I don't play reversals anymore, and the reason why is because they're not very reliable. You can see that this thing had a bunch of fake outs earlier. For one, it broke the high of this first candle. After this really strong candle, it broke the high, and then it failed. So, you know, I could have got stopped out there if I played that. I used to take those plays. Then the first reversal is right here. It breaks the high of this candle, fakes out. Yeah, you get squashed. Here's the next one. It goes up a little bit, but if you didn't sell out right away, you also got squashed. You probably would have, because this is only like a 6-cent move. And then it comes back down here, finally gives a real reversal. But I'm just not interested in taking all those losses to finally get that one reversal that works out. So I'd rather just wait for these stocks to come back up to the high of day, break through the high of day, and then pull back. And then I take an entry. And look at BNGO. It shows this big gap back up to the high of day. So, you know, I'm like, okay, is that because the watch list pane is messed up? Or so I go to my trade screen, and then you see there isn't a real gap there. But I do like the way that this is forming. Although it only touches the high of pre-market, it doesn't break through. So that's not really what I want. But I do, you know, have the thought that, okay, maybe, excuse me, it is going to break through like on its next run. So one thing I do, let's see, where is it? Okay, right here. So this to me looked like a really good reversal setup. I just said I don't take reversals anymore. So this is a yellow trade for me, meaning it's something that is outside of my plan. But I did take it willingly, knowing that the stop loss was very small. So that, I'm not saying that I should have taken it, because it's not one of my setups that I do anymore. But I did bend that rule only because the stop loss was very small. So as soon as this thing broke through the high here, I believe is where, let's see. Yeah, I think 214 was my ideal entry, and I got in at 215, so pretty close. And then my stop was like 207. But this is where it gets really interesting. Look at Ipdn breaking through the high day. Now I'm in this position that is not really one I'm supposed to be in, because it's a reversal. And I'm thinking, this is exactly what I deserve. Now here, you know, here's the setup I've been waiting for, and I took this mediocre setup. But you know, I say, you know, if this thing gives me the right setup, you know, meaning a pullback after breaking through the high day, I got to take it. So I have to stay on this page and watch both of these trades at the same time. So this thing is just pushing through. I'm just, my eyes are just going back and forth. So here comes the pullback. Notice this thing is also coming near my stop loss, so this was pretty stressful. So what this is a 3-bar play after the break of the high of day. It looks extended. If you look at it in a vacuum right here, it looks really extended. But this break of high of day is a very, very strong initially resistance, which then becomes support. So at this point, kind of everything below here doesn't really matter. So I still consider this a strong 3-bar play setup. Not to say that it always works, but it's got a high probability of working. And I'm just going back and forth. You see me with a cursor. Okay, well, so there's the entry. If it breaks 264, that's where I get in. Here it comes right there. I get in and I get filled at 267.8, which is pretty close, like a 3-cent spread, not that big a deal, or slippage. And then my stop loss is the low of this candle. And then, so now I'm in this one. I'm still in this one, and I'm thinking, I should just get out of this one ASAP. But my plan on this one was to wait till it hits that stop. So it's still moving around my entry, so why not stay in it? But now it makes it really hard. I can't really focus too much on getting 2R or anything like that. So once this thing gives me like a 10-cent move, I take half out, which was a mistake. But I think considering that I was in 2 trades at once, I just didn't feel comfortable holding. So if I would have done the right thing from the get-go and not been in the trade that I wasn't supposed to be in, then this probably would have been a lot easier trade to take. It looks like I sold half again there, just because this showed like it was coming back down on me. And again, I'm in this trade, so now here this thing finally comes down to my stop, and I just get out. And I take my 1R loss, which is totally acceptable. But the only thing is that, really screwed this trade up. Now, here, this is really interesting. Look what just happened there. I meant to sell half again, and my fingers, I guess because I was on sell all here and then moved them, my fingers were actually on my buy hotkey. So I had 4 shares at 267.8. I'm trying to sell half again, and look what I did. I doubled my position size. Well, more than that because I had already sold out a bunch. So as soon as I realized what happened and that I was in the green, I said, let me sell half again. Now this thing is in a halt. It's suspended. And here I am sitting pretty high on this thing. I'm not very comfortable where I'm at. So let's see what happens. So I decide to... Let's see, where is it at? Okay, actually, first I restarted Webull because it did feel like it was kind of lagging when I got to this page. So I thought, let me just restart this thing. I'm in a halt. I got a few minutes. So I restarted it. You don't want any glitches or hiccups or lagging when these things come out of a halt, for sure. So I decide to hit my sell half button, which this thing's in a halt, so I know it's not going to fill, but I just want to get that order out there. Just in case this thing comes back down, my idea is, as it's on the way down, I'll get filled and sell half and, protect myself a little bit. So let's see what happens. Okay, look, it's out of halt there. No, it's not. That was me moving the tick by tick. I was just going through the orders. Okay, now it's out of the halt. And what it immediately gaps down there. So it goes right past where my limit sell order is, and which I probably should have just increased, modified this order, because I think the limit sell for my 50 cent is minus 0.02 cents. So I should have made it like minus 10 cents or something, since this is coming out of a halt. That would have made it much easier to fill. So now that it's kind of on the way down here, I go ahead and grab this order and pull it down, and look what happens. I mean, this thing came right down past my where my position was. So I'm just like, I just got to get these shares out, because who knows what this thing's going to do. You never know what these do coming out of the halt. So I got some shares out there. Now I'm still in the green. But this is weird, because look at the price here. It shows 315, 309, 296. And I was looking at the 5-minute screen. So this is another Webull glitch. I mean, I didn't even know that was going on. You saw on the daily chart, that was the only one that was giving me the accurate price. Usually the 5-minute chart, for whatever reason, the 5-minute chart stays refreshed and updated, but that wasn't happening today. Trying to get back to where it was. Okay. Yeah, so this thing just starts to rip higher and higher, and I just keep selling off because remember that I had no intention of being this high in the position. I was way down here earlier, and if I was still way down there, I probably would be holding more. Maybe, you never know. But now I'm just saying, this is almost pure luck at this point because I doubled down on it by accident and I'm still in the green. So let me just take what I can get and be, thankful that this trade worked out. And then it keeps going higher, and I don't really feel like sitting through another halt because of, my position being so high. So I think I just take the rest off. Actually, I go over to, so I thought it was in a halt again, actually. Now I remember. I thought it was in a halt again. Then I realized the price was still moving right here. You can see the price is still moving, so I said, let me just get out while I can, because it did halt again. So, and sometimes these things go into like halts that take hours to come out of, and that's not something I want to be into. So, like after the first or second halt, you should really consider just getting out, no matter what, unless you want to sit on a trade for hours and hours and hours till the end of the day sometimes. So that's it for me. So I got all my trades on the spreadsheet. Oh, I didn't update this, which is now $505.58. So I actually increased my account size by 1% today versus yesterday, over 1%, which is very hard to do with a cash account. So really cannot complain today. And then my 2R performance, if I would have held a 2R, is only slightly higher than my actual P&L, so that is really good. There is a caveat to that, though, because on the that last trade here, which did go to 2R, I put in 1R here because there was so many shares. It would have screwed this up, because this was not, I didn't intend to ever have 26 shares on this. I only intend to have 13. So to kind of offset that error and screwing up my data, I changed that to 1R. Looks like this is green now. So, and then I've been doing, okay, let's just look really quick on the week. I'm up 674, which is decent. Considering my other green weeks, this week was a fluke because I lost $13 and change on one day. I talked about that many times in other videos. And then, that's basically, that one day has ruined my month because if you just add that back in, I would be up over like $14 for the month, which would be great. But I'm not. I'm only up $1.53, but I'm happy I'm up at all because I've been red for a long time since that day. And let's see. Yeah, so I've been getting ready to kind of end the month. This is actually probably it for me. I don't even know if there's trading tomorrow or short day or what. I don't think I'm going to trade tomorrow, though. I'm just gonna walk away, with this tiny green month because it's been a crazy month, although I learned a lot. So, but this is really interesting here, this data. If you see notice this blue line up here, that's where I kind of marked out. This is kind of the beginning of a new era for me because during the first week, I was still kind of trading the same way that I was trading the previous month, where I was taking these little pops, and taking profit and just not a good way to trade. So at the beginning of this week, the 7th, I had decided to really get much more strict about my trading And not to say that I was always successful at that, and that's evident by all the yellow trades, which means that, I didn't really stick to the plan. But notice that, it's that first week is where most of the yellow is. So that's kind of the transition period where it's, much more difficult to start doing whatever new plan or strategy you have. And a lot of them were actually green trades. A lot of those yellows were really green trades, but I don't put them in green if they don't match my plan or my strategy. But this is really good data here because this shows that my pre-market, I'm very, very profitable in the pre-market. Intraday, I was having lots of trouble with, although it's getting better the last couple of days, because I finally realized, what I've been doing wrong intraday that's been eating away at my profits, which is essentially, I talked about it at the beginning of this video, which was buying into trades after the market opened before the pre-market high was broken. So that's what's been hurting me real bad trading intraday. So anyway, that's it. And yeah, that's right here. You can just read what I wrote there. So that's it. These numbers here are just like little sums of the P&L, and they don't always go in order, because some of these, you see, like there's some intraday trades, so I just manually kind of add those in, but just so you know what that stuff is. So that's it. This represents, like, if I would have held every trade to 2R, this would be my P&L for the week. Of course, that's theoretical, but even if I was half of that, I would be doing pretty well. So that's just evidence of the 2R trading thing and how well it works when you actually stick to it. This is my actual P&L right now for the month, and my P&L for the week, and that's it. I'm not sure why this 2R, there's maybe something wrong here. Let's look at that real quick. Oh, I see what it is. It's this day over here. Yeah, there was some weird trade there. Oh, I guess it's this one here. It must be. Oh yeah, it is UUU. Yeah, that thing actually went crazy, and that was one where I caught a lot of slippage on the way in. So that's why that 2R number is so big. So anyway, that's it for me for the month. And looking forward to January. I think January is going to be a good month because I really have finally figured out my biggest problem with my intraday trading that's been eating away my profits. And the answer is not to only trade pre-market. The answer is to figure out what are you doing wrong intraday and fix it. So that's it for me. I hope you guys had a good month, and I'll probably see you. Let's see, what's the Friday is the 1st. So yeah, but that's New Year's Day, so the markets are probably closed. So probably see you on the 4th. And I hope you guys have a happy and healthy New Year. Try to stay safe in your trading and in your life. And I'll see you on the flip side. Take care.